Hello everybody, welcome back to another Teppen budget build. My name is Nintendo and with me is...
Iowa the boat.
What's up Iowa, how you been dude?
I'm good. Just excited to get into some more budget decks.
Having a nice Thanksgiving?
Yes, it was a pretty fantastic Thanksgiving. The family at the restaurant that I work at, we just had a party after work, so...
Hey, nice.
How about you?
Well, I don't, it's in Australia, so I don't know that, but
Oh! Shoot, didn't even do that.
Yeah, Australian. That's all good. I just worked, and then I went to the Black Friday sales we have, which, yeah.
I feel the same way.
I mean, the only good things I saw were really for like some stuff from, I don't know if you have JB Hi-Fi, but like televisions, some pretty expensive televisions, their prices are pretty damn good for Black Friday sales. So that was the only thing that intrigued me.
Yeah.
But anyway, howdy everyone. So welcome to the budget version for the awesome Devil Man from Devil May Cry. Give it up for the man Nero, sorry, not Nero, Dante. Sorry, Nero, you'll come later. Alright, so this deck, guys, we're going over is the Devil Trigger variation for Dante, because right now, I think Resonate is currently like another big top tier deck, next to Ryu and Negagante.
Yes.
Yeah. And the best, I mean, both Dante and Morgan can run this deck, but I think the favorite is Dante, just for Devil Trigger. If I'm correct on that, I don't know. I haven't really played this deck as much.
I agree with that. The Temptation Morgan build will definitely be different, but they both can run Resident. The one we are doing today for the budget deck, both heroes can run it, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Let's get this underway. Let us start off with the first card in this set. It is Jackpot.
Yeah, so Jackpot is one of the original cards back in Season 1 that Resonate placed in their deck building kit. The best reason to run Jackpot is because it's a 1 MP card. So when you have Hasenko out, for example, every time you play a Jackpot for 1 MP, she gains +2/+2, which is pretty dang good.
Yeah, this was some scary stuff back in a couple seasons ago, when I was learning this stuff, or the Resonates. Yeah, it changes the enemy's unit attack to -1. It's only for 1 attack, but it's effective for resonating stuff. Actually, I forgot to ask, did you want to go over Dante himself, like, as a character?
Sure. So with Dante, he was one that goes really close to my heart because back in Season 1, I made top 7 in the season ending with Dante. So,
oh, nice.
My Dante was somewhat well known back then. So when it comes to the hero art Dante Devil Trigger, it's even still his best one currently. Devil Trigger is a hero art that costs 13 AP, and then when it goes off, it allows you to be immune to face damage for 10 seconds. However, this does not exclude self-sacrificing health, so you play an ability that takes away your own life, things like that. Those will still go through. Devil Trigger does not nullify that.
Okay. Yeah. I did enjoy his other hero arts. I mean, Ebony and Ivory, I think I tried running that, and I don't think it just really works as much anymore, as much as we'd like it to.
Yes. It is not a completely terrible ability.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. But it's just not. It's not utilized as much as I like the idea of it.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a casual ability, I would say, and it does not equate to the value that you would get from Devil Trigger. Devil Trigger just allows you to put more pressure and, you know, gain a lead.
Yeah, it will help with that. And then Quicksilver, as much as I enjoy that they did buff it, it's still not. I don't know. It took too long the first time to set up, and now it's like it only targeting one. I don't know. I still like the changes, but still, I don't think it's what people were expecting or hoping for.
Yeah, it's kind of very recent, but I actually found a pretty busted combo with Quicksilver.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it works pretty well, but I haven't been really wanting to show it off.
Alright, we'll keep that away then. That's fair enough. Keep it nice and tight. Alright. So let's move on to the next set of cards. A simple basic one, Foresight.
Foresight. So this card, it has the same merits of what we would run, Jackpot.
Yeah.
Like we were talking before, it's a 1 MP spell, but with this card, it essentially draws you 2 cards, because the ability is when you play it, you get to draw 1 card and then add it to your EX pocket. Now, when that happens, you're also using Foresight as well, and with game mechanics for Teppen, that automatically draws you 1 card.
True,
so
yeah.
You have 2 cards total.
It's a great. I think it's a staple card. It helps. It gets you to draw, and that's pretty much it. It works just for resonating. Following that, we have the Crystal Hunter card.
Crystal Hunter card is one of my favorite cards for purple. Sometimes when I'm without an idea of what to put in my deck, I actually pick Crystal Hunter. Because it's a 2 MP, but it works really well with Resonate. But just any purple deck, I would consider it. So what it does is it's for 2 MP, then you get to select one of your opponent's units and then halt it. So with the halt mechanic, it essentially resets the opponent's attack line, and then it stops it for 5 seconds with Crystal Hunter, specifically. The duration of halt for that is 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Once that 5 seconds is over, then that unit can attack again. But while it's halted, it can also still be attacked into. So if your board has an attack line going through and it hits the enemy halted unit, what'll happen is the damage is dealt, and then there is no counter damage coming back to your
Very
unit.
true. It's nice that no counter damage is actually it can be crucial in a fight. So if you play your Crystal Hunter right, or you wait for their attack line to almost reach yours, halt them, wait for your unit to almost attack them and hold them, just so they can get that free damage, or just like slowing a unit down, just stopping it. Very good and very, very effective for resonates.
Yeah, I forgot one more thing to add with Crystal Hunter and halts in general. So with Crystal Hunter and halts in general, this is a very important fact to add on for Resonate. It's that you don't actually use it to stop counter damage, although that is part of the mechanic. You use the halt to reset the attack line and then slow the opponent down. Because with Resonate, the whole game plan is to flight one of your units. That's why in the deck there is 3 hook shots. We'll get to it later.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, your unit has unblockable. So the only way for your opponent to hit your unit is going to be with another unit of theirs. So you're manipulating mechanics here. You're manipulating your opponent's board using Crystal Hunter, and then resetting their attack line, giving your cards more time to attack your opponent, being unblockable.
Alright. Yeah, that's true. You definitely just want to stop your opponent from doing anything, or unit from doing anything while you're basically setting up a big play. Nice. Alright, so now we move on to the next card, Hookshot.
Hookshot, yes, we were just talking about that card.
Yeah.
So with Hookshot, that card can give any unit flight. So there are 2 ways that this card can be used in our deck, and that is to make one of our units unblockable so we can hit the opponent's face, or we can make one of our opponent's units unblockable. Now the reason why this would be advantageous is because of the card in our deck, Ada Wong.
Yes.
And we'll get to Ada Wong, and then we'll talk about it.
I've faced this. This has happened to me. I don't like it, but it's very effective.
Yeah. Purple plays a little bit dirty.
Yeah, that's some of the dirty plays that people really don't like. So there's 3 hook shots. So fair. Speaking of, here she is, Ada Wong.
All right. With Ada Wong, she's a new Explorer unit that was featured in Day of Nightmares. When you play her, she explores for stealth. Exploring meaning that when she enters play, you get a new card into your EX pocket. So stealth is a 2 MP card that makes one of your units specifically unblockable.
Yep.
And that is a little bit different from hookshot with flight. So I generally just say flight is unblockable, which it is, but it works a little bit differently than stealth unblockable. So with flight, you can still get blocked by flight.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have 2 units with flight, they get blocked into each other. They have to fight. But if you have a stealth unit can not fight when they are attacking, period.
Yeah.
So one of the tricks for purple's whole goal is to manipulate the game mechanics so that way they are dealing damage in a one-sided way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that way your opponent cannot make plays, and then you manipulate the mechanics to where only you are dealing damage in the game, and then that's how you win.
Yeah.
That's the same way you do it with Ada Wong plus Hookshot.
Yeah.
So you play Ada Wong, you get the stealth, and then ideally you put stealth onto one of your units, one of your threats, and then you put Hookshot onto an enemy unit in the same lane.
Yeah.
So when you have that set up, your opponent has flight because you gave it Hookshot, and then your unit has stealth unblockable. What'll happen is the 2 units will never interact with each other.
That's true.
And the way you beat this is you put your DPS higher. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can use stealth, the unblockable damage, and then have it go one way, and then halt your opponent's unit. So that way, for the duration of the game, only you are dealing damage while cycling these halts and just putting them down. The other way to do it is to outscale the damage. So, for example, the best way to do it would be Hasenko.
Yes.
Because Hasenko will gain really large stats, very quickly, to where when you have that set up, you will always out DPS your opponent.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very dangerous, very scary. It's very scary stuff. It's happened, and I was like, I don't know what to do. My only option is trying to get rid of the card in front of me. So that's my only option when I think about it. Otherwise, yeah, like try to increase the damage output of your stealth unit of the. It's just a excellent combo, and it's bloody strong. I would suggest if you get an opportunity, guys, to do this setup, and you'll find that they'll just keep crossing through. They'll never hit each other, and if it's a high sinker, high sinker is gonna keep getting stronger. All right, so from there, let's move to the next card. So the first one of the negates in this deck. Wait, this is the budget. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other one. So the first unforeseen interference.
Yes, so purple plays very much like how, blue, the color blue is very infamous for being control in other games. So for example, like Magic the Gathering, blue is a draw intensive color, a counter intensive color. Same thing with purple. All we do is we draw, we manipulate the game mechanics, and then we counter stuff. Yeah. So unforeseen interference is one way for us to protect our combo and protect our cards. It is a 3 MP negate that targets cards that are actions and 3 MP or less.
And a lot of the action cards that are used generally will be 3 MP or less. There's the occasionals that are going to be 4+, but majority of them are going to be 3 MP or less, simply just because of all the growth with all this growth mechanics. There are a lot of cards that are just 1 to 2 MP, so it's easy to sort of get unforeseen interference out there and stop them from doing stuff. Next up we have Lilith.
Lilith. So with Lilith, one of the original threats in Resonate, because Resonate is a very old archetype. It's been here since season 1.
Yeah.
And one of the cards is Ibuki. But we're talking about the epic Ibuki. But because this is a budget version, we found a budget option. So Ibuki is a 6 MP unit that has 3 damage and agility. It used to be where it could scale, but now it no longer scales. So it's just like 3 damage flat agility.
Yeah,
right?
no, that nerf was kind of good.
So we take a look at Lilith. Lilith is a 4 MP unit with 2 damage and agility. So very similar to Ibuki, you're paying 2 MP less, but the unit is actually pretty good because it does the same job, but only 1 attack damage less.
Yeah.
So I definitely have ran this specific budget deck in ranked in my champion rank, streams, playing ranked, and definitely Lilith can get the job done. Very similar to Ibuki, which is you make Lilith unblockable, and then she just has really strong DPS. She actually would deal 4 damage in the same amount of time that and another unit would deal damage with their 10 seconds because she can deal twice her damage in half the time. Nice.
Okay, cool. And also, she also has the ability where she ignores units with hold status when attacking the hero. So that's a little handy little buff there as well.
Oh yeah, that is true.
So if you do manage to hold the unit in front of her, she'll just bypass and hit the hero straight for free. So nice little thing there for Lilith. I did like using this card a lot back before. The next card is Irresistible Pleasure.
Yes. So Irresistible Pleasure is another budget option. This card is a basic card, so you may have to do some story. No, wait, not story. It's leveling up the hero.
Yeah.
So the way you can get 3 copies of this is you want to level up, I believe it's Morgan that you get this from. I don't know which level you get it, but you get a full set. And it's not too difficult. It replaces one of the key cards in Resonate, which is Darkhold. Darkhold is the epic card in the game, and Irresistible Pleasure is just a budget option.
Yeah.
Now, when I placed this card in the deck, I was kind of wondering, is this budget option still going to work? After playing the deck, I can 100% say for sure that yes. Even with the 1 MP cost difference, if you play, kind of like to a pretty decent straight line, the deck will work as intended to. And what this card does is it's very similar to Crystal Hunter. It's a halt, but it's a halt that lasts for 13 seconds instead of 5.
Yeah, 13-second halt is really nice. I don't think I ever really used Irresistible Pleasure, but this is a great choice for this budget build. But yeah, stopping a unit for 13 seconds, it's pretty damn effective. Like, it's just a good how do I want to say this? Halt, reset. 13 seconds is a long time, so that's enough to get at least if you got a full board or 2 boards, like 2 attacks through. So that's always a nice thing. Alright, so next up is one of my favorite cards from the new set, Words of Self-Control.
Words of Self-Control. Is that the birdie action?
That is the... Self-Control. What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, yeah, that's the birdie and Dulslim.
Okay, good. So that card is a new card from the set, and it kind of takes a nod to a different card in the game that was already here, which is the Just Desserts.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that card, but Just Desserts is essentially you -1 and then your opponent -1. Same idea with this card. You play this card and you use it on one of your units, and then what happens is your unit bounces to your hand, but one of your opponent's units that is, I believe, 6 costs or less, which is going to hit a majority of units, gets bounced as well. So it's a very good card to protect your cards, or you can use it to protect your cards. So say if your opponent is trying to kill one of your cards, but you need that card, then you can just put it back in your hand and then put one of your opponent's cards back in their hand.
It is a handy card. I think it almost works. It can work even if they have nothing on the field.
Correct.
So if you just want to just save a unit, it's going to die, throw back in it. I've used this card. I love it. I've actually just saved a unit, and at the same time, it's like I just want to get rid of a card on the field. So I definitely know this is a nice card to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so next up we have another OG original, Dante.
Yes. So Dante, it's another basic card, but this one you get from leveling up Dante.
Yeah.
With this card, the alternative for it is actually Trish, but Trish does not really see play in Resonate decks, although it can be a card that could be played.
It could be played. Surprisingly. I mean, I did like that Trish card.
It just, Trish does the same job, but for 2 MP less. But this Dante, you know, it's really good as a budget option, and you can use it to scale. It's not going to scale as hard as Hasenko in the deck, but it will still get big, and if you give it unblockable, it will outrace your opponent. So that's why we have it in the deck. It's because every time you play a spell, Dante is he starts out as a 3/5, and then he gains +1/+1 every time you play a spell.
Yeah. That's your... Yeah, he's the reason he's in here is because, yeah, he's a basic card from Dante, so you just level up Dante here himself, and you'll eventually just unlock this card, and you get 3, so easy to get your hands on. Nothing too difficult there. And, as we've mentioned it many times already, but Hasenko.
Yes, so Hasenko is definitely, I would say, one of the best cards in this budget deck, because a lot of the non-budget decks already run her. And the reason why she's so good is because for 7 MP, you have a 3/4 unit, and then every time you play a spell, she gains +2/+2. So it's very easy to just kind of let her go wild. And I'm going to throw down this Resonate player tip to you guys right now. And you generally want to wait until 10 MP before you do anything. And ideally, you also want to make sure that you have a unit and then you can protect it. And the way you do this is when you start in your opening hand, there are about 2 to 3 requirements that you need. So the first priority that you need is a unit. If you have a unit, great. You know, you can keep playing the game as intended. But if you don't have the unit, then you need a cycle. And the reason, the way you would cycle is you just play cards from your hand, actions, and then you just draw into new cards until you find that unit.
Yeah.
So that's priority number 1. That is a must to play Resonate. So then you have the second priority, which is going to be an unblockable. So in our deck, we have Ada Wong and then Hookshot. So that is another card that you need to see. The reason why you need them is because making one of your units unblockable is very crucial, so you can have it where your opponent's not going to trade attack lines into it fast enough to kill it.
Yeah.
Unblockable allows you to, you know, dig into your deck and then draw into halts and then control your opponent's field. So that way you can keep the unit. That's very crucial. So that's priority number 2. So now we have the last priority, which is priority number 3. This one, you actually don't need it. And if you do have it, it's great, but it's not necessary. It's a negate. You know? So one of Purple's biggest enemy is Disarm, which is a green card that's seeing a lot more play this season.
Oh,
and
yeah.
what Disarm does is it takes away all the abilities on one of your cards. So the only answer we have to that is negate.
Yeah.
Unforeseen interference.
The minute they seal off Hasenko or Dante, that's it. You have to deal with a dead card and try to get another one, or make sure you have those counters ready. You don't really want them to lose their effects, otherwise it's just a dead weight card. But anyway, guys, that is the budget version for the Devil Trigger Dante. Un momento por favor, as we come back with the next lineup, we'll show you the non-budget version of this deck, which is a lot more expensive, but when you get these specific cards for this deck, it can go crazy. And yeah, really awesome stuff. But thanks for watching, guys. Give us a like and let us know down below what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. We'll be back with the non-budget version. Thank you again. Take care. Bye bye.